Viewer discretion is advised. This video delves into 10 of the most gruesome and shocking murders in history. Cases that left lasting scars on society, inspired horror films, and generated waves of public outcry. Brace yourself as we unearth the unsettling details of these horrific crimes. January 1947, Los Angeles. Elizabeth Short, forever to be known as the Black Dahlia, is found in a vacant lot. Her body, drained of blood and severed at the waist, speaks of a calculated cruelty. The killer took their time, posing her body, her face mutilated into a grotesque parody of a smile, the Glasgow smile. Newspapers latched onto the case, the image of the Dahlia's defiled beauty splashed across front pages. Despite an investigation that consumed the LAPD, the killer was never found. The Black Dahlia case became a media frenzy, a macabre spectacle that exposed the dark underbelly of the city of dreams. Even today, the case remains unsolved, a chilling reminder that some monsters may walk free. 1969. The summer of love curdles into something rotten. The Manson family, led by the charismatic sociopath Charles Manson, embark on a killing spree that will shock the world. Their target, the home of actress Sharon Tate and her husband, director Roman Polanski. Sharon Tate, 8 months pregnant, and 4 others lay butchered, victims of a frenzy of violence. The word pig scrawled in blood on the wall, a chilling calling card from a group convinced they were igniting a race war. The murders sent shockwaves through America, shattering the illusion of peace and love. Manson, a master manipulator, sought to ignite chaos, and he succeeded in the most horrific way imaginable. The Manson family murders remain a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of seemingly ordinary individuals. 1888. London. The fog-choked streets of Whitechapel become a hunting ground. A shadow stalks the night, preying on the women who sell their bodies to survive. This is the domain of Jack the Ripper. 5 women, their lives and deaths tragically intertwined, are linked by the brutality of their demise. Their throats slashed, their bodies mutilated, their insides laid bare with a surgeon's precision. The Ripper didn't just take lives, he desecrated them. The newspapers, hungry for every gruesome detail, fueled the public's morbid fascination. The Ripper was never caught, disappearing back into the fog as quickly as he emerged. Chapter 4. The Chicago Ripper Crew, a descent into depravity. Chicago, 1981. The Ripper Crew, led by the sadistic Robin Gecht, begins their reign of terror. Their crimes were acts of calculated cruelty. Their victims, mostly young women, subjected to unimaginable torture before their deaths. Rumors of a satanic cult of cannibalism swirled around the case, adding to the growing sense of dread. The police were faced with a gruesome puzzle, bodies dumped in alleys, each bearing the horrific signature of the Ripper Crew. Finally, after 6 confirmed victims, the crew was apprehended. The Chicago Ripper Crew case stands as a stark reminder that monsters often walk among us, hiding in plain sight. Chapter 5. Jeffrey Dahmer. The horrifying reality behind the Milwaukee cannibal. Milwaukee, 1978 to 1991. Jeffrey Dahmer, the name a synonym for unspeakable horror, commits acts so depraved they defy comprehension. 17 young men and boys, lured to Dahmer's apartment with promises of companionship, become victims of a nightmare. Cannibalism, necrophilia, gruesome experiments to create his own real-life zombies. Dahmer's apartment became a house of horrors. The discovery of photographs, body parts stored in freezers, and the reek of death emanating from his apartment shocked the world. Dahmer's trial was a media sensation, his blank stare and emotionless confession chilling viewers to the bone. The Dahmer case forced the world to confront the darkest recesses of the human psyche, a chilling reminder that monsters don't always lurk in the shadows. Chapter 6. The Villisca Axe Murders, a family slaughtered, a mystery unsolved. Villisca, Iowa, 1912. The Moore family, 2 parents and their 4 children, along with 2 young guests, are brutally murdered in their sleep. Their weapon, an axe, wielded with such force that the killer left behind gaping wounds. The crime scene, untouched and undisturbed, spoke of a methodical killer, someone who knew the layout of the house. Suspicions fell on neighbors, traveling preachers, even a possible serial killer passing through town. The case went cold, the killer vanishing into the vast American landscape. The Villisca Axe murders remain a haunting reminder of the darkness that can penetrate even the most idyllic communities. Chapter 7. The Lipstick Killer, a city held hostage by fear and lipstick scrawls. Chicago, 1945. William Hirons, known as the Lipstick Killer, begins his reign of terror, leaving behind a trail of blood and fear. His calling card messages scrawled in lipstick at the crime scenes, taunting the police. His most horrific crime, the murder and dismemberment of 6-year-old Suzanne Degnan. The city, already on edge, descended into a state of panic. Hirons, caught during a botched burglary, confessed to the crimes, his chilling confession revealing a troubled mind. The Lipstick Killer case left an indelible mark on Chicago, a reminder that even in the aftermath of global conflict, darkness can find a foothold. Chapter 8. The Hinterkaifeck Murders. Blood soaks the Bavarian countryside. 1922, Germany. The Hinterkaifeck farm, a place of quiet industry, becomes a scene of unimaginable horror. An entire family, 6 souls in total, brutally slain, their lives extinguished in a storm of violence. The weapon, a pickaxe, a farmer's tool transformed into an instrument of death. Evidence suggested the killer lingered in the house, possibly hiding in the attic, for days before the murders. The crime scene painted a picture of methodical madness. The killer vanished without a trace, leaving behind a community paralyzed by fear. To this day, the Hinterkaifeck murders remain unsolved, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can descend on seemingly idyllic places. Chapter 9. The Moors Murders. Lost innocence on the bleak English moors. England, 1963 to 1965. Ian Brady and Myra Hindley, lovers bound by a shared darkness, embark on a killing spree that will shock the nation. Their victims? Children, lured to their deaths with promises of sweets and adventure. The moors, a place of haunting beauty, became their final resting place. Brady, a sadist obsessed with Nazi ideology, documented their crimes, his photographs and audio recordings, a chilling testament to their depravity. Hindley, often portrayed as a passive accomplice, was revealed to be a willing participant in their horrific games. The Moors murders remain a stain on the national consciousness, a chilling reminder that evil can wear many faces. Chapter 10. The Murder of Junko Furuta. 44 Days of Hell, Japan, 1988. 17-year-old Junko Furuta becomes the target of a group of teenage boys, their minds warped by a toxic mix of boredom and a complete lack of empathy. What began as a petty act of bullying escalated into a 44-day ordeal of unimaginable suffering. Junko was held captive, subjected to torture, rape, and degradation that defied description. Her captors, emboldened by their own depravity, inflicted unimaginable pain, their actions growing more horrific as the days turned into weeks. Junko's death, when it finally came, was a mercy. The details of her ordeal, revealed during the trial, sent shockwaves through Japan. The murder of Junko Furuta remains a haunting reminder of the darkness that can reside in the human heart. These 10 cases represent some of the darkest moments in criminal history, revealing a level of cruelty and brutality that defies understanding. While we may never fully comprehend what drives individuals to commit such heinous acts, the stories of these victims serve as stark reminders of the human capacity for both good and evil. As we grapple with the darkness, it's essential to remember the victims, their stories, and to strive for a world where such horrors are never repeated. Pause. You may not come across us again. Kindly follow, share, like, comment, and subscribe to keep updated with the happenings around the world.